How are you doing? Just a quick review of the Wild Country Helm Compact 2 tent. This is the Helm Compact 2 TF. They have changed the name of the tent for the 2024 batches, but the tent is exactly the same. It has a really compact pack size as well. This is a brand new tent, I've not used it yet, but I have used the Helm Compact 1 quite a lot. I've done about 10 wild camps in that, and that was a really good tent. I actually sold that and used the money to put towards this one. Comes in a really good stuff sack. I always find these tents are always easy to get back in the bag after using. So that's the tent footprint. What I do like about these tents is that they come pre-attached. The inner comes pre-attached to the outer, so you can set it up straight away in the rain and the inner won't get wet. Some tents you have to mess about attaching the inner tent to the fly sheet, so it's just nice to have it pre-done for you. Just saves a bit of hassle. This tent's one of the easiest tents ever to set up. It's similar to the Helm 1 Compact. You just got your two poles, your blue pole and the red pole, and they just slot into these eyelets and they go through the colour coded sleeves. Really simple to set up. The pegs that you get are these aluminium V pegs, really lightweight. Yeah, there's not much difference really between this and the Helm 1. This has got two entrances, whereas the Helm 1's only got one. So that's the poles in. Really easy to set up. They just cross over through the sleeves and fit into the eyelets. What I like about this tent is when it's in this state, it's freestanding, so you can just pick it up, move it about, which comes in handy if you're camping in rocky areas where there's loads of boulders and rocks, and you can easily find a place where it'll fit, where you can peg it out. And these clips just clip onto the poles here. All that's left to do now is just peg out the rest of the tent. Yeah, you can get this tent up in about 3 or 4 minutes. Really easy to set up. So that's the tent up. Didn't take long at all. Yeah, it's best to just go around and just tighten up all the corners. Just pull the string like I just showed you then. Yeah, it's going up nice and taut. Cracking little tent. It has got 4 guy lines as well on each side. 2 at the end, 2 at the sides. I'm not going to guy it out now, there's no point really, but obviously if you're camping in windy conditions it is best to guy it out. I have camped a few times in the Helm 1 Compact in really windy conditions and it held up well, and that was without it being guyed out as well. I woke up in the morning, it was really gale force winds and the tent held up well, so I should imagine once it's guyed out fully it's quite a sturdy, solid tent. The outer fly sheet is 4000 hydrostatic head, so it's highly waterproof, and the ground sheet is 5000 hydrostatic head, but the ground sheet's quite thin really, but you can buy a footprint for it. But to be honest, I've never used a footprint with any of my tents and I've always been sound. Just make sure you clear the ground, get rid of any pine cones or that kind of thing. You can see why it's a really popular tent, really good value. It has been voted the best value tent for a couple of years. I think it was 2021, 2022, it was voted the best value trekking tent. I think this is the most expensive tent I've ever purchased, just over £200, but well worth it. It always seems to sell out really quickly as well. But like I said before, this is the 2024 batch, so you might see on websites they're now calling it the Helm Compact 2 TF, but the tent is exactly the same, they've just changed the name. Right then, I'll show you the room inside the tent. much more space in this tent than the Helm one. I think it's 120 centimetres across, but I will put the specs on screen. You've got storage areas here, pockets inside. There's one here, you've got one there, another one here. You've got good ventilation as well. And I think it's 1 metre high as well, so you can easily sit up as well, loads of space. I'd still say it's a tent more suited for one man and his gear rather than 2 men, but yeah, as a one man tent this is perfect. Really good quality. And like I said before, you've got the 2 entrances as well, so you can have these both open in the summer if it gets really hot and humid. But obviously if there's 2 people using the tent, it just makes it easier. 1 person using each side. The vestibule area isn't huge, but you've got enough space there to make a morning brew, store your boots in your bag, that kind of thing, bits and bobs. And there's also these toggles here, so you can roll back the door, roll back both doors if you like, let the air blow right through if you're camping on a hot day. Right then, I think I've covered most things. A really good tent. It's no surprise that it always sells out quickly. It's really popular. I mean, you've probably seen 100 of these reviews, but I just wanted to put my own review out there. I like to review my tents. And although I've not used this one before, it is a lot like the Helm one, and I've camped in the Peak District, in woodland, stone circles. It's a really good tent. This is virtually the same, only it's got 2 doors and obviously the extra space. So yeah, definitely recommend this tent. And it probably is one of the best value tents for the price. It's actually a good little wild camping spot as well, this. I have camped just over the hill up there, but I like the way this is surrounded by hills, bit of shelter. Right, so I'm going to leave the video here. So that's the Helm Compact 2TF. It's a 2024 model, but it's exactly the same as all the others. They just changed the name. Thanks for watching.